Welcome to part 3 of Plan Big, Live Big. So in part 1, you wrote down your accomplishments. You also wrote down what was still on the table. In part 2, you wrote down your big, hairy, audacious goals by the end of 2030. And today, this is truly one of my favorite activities. I've done it by myself a million times, and it was inspired by Women's Prosperity Network again. And I've also done it with teens, and it's just such a great activity. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Vismaya Rubin. I'm the founder of Living in Gratitude Today. I'm a teacher, speaker, best-selling author, but my favorite role is that of a gratitude gangster. What? So during this activity, you're really going to just be in a space as if it were 4 years in the future. So it is December 31st, 2025. And you're going to write a letter to your future self as if, again, it were December 31st, 2025. And you're going to think about those goals that you wrote down in yesterday's exercise. And you're going to talk as if you've already accomplished some of them or you're on path to accomplish them. And you really want to write as if some of those dreams are starting to come true. And you're looking at your life and you cannot believe that this is your life. And you're celebrating yourself and you're cheering yourself on and you're telling yourself what a great job you've done. So again, it's the morning of New Year's Eve, 2025. You're sitting at your desk, you're drinking your favorite cup of coffee or tea, and you're reminiscing about the past 5 years. And you can include 2020 if you want. And again, you can't believe that you're on track to achieve and exceed your decade goals, the ones that you wrote down yesterday. So, I'm going to share with you a little bit about the one that I wrote. Dear Vismaya, you are living the dream. Over these past 4 years, every goal, dream, or wish that you've spoken of has come true. In 2020, you declared that you were going to rent a few cabins for the last week in December so that you can invite close friends and family to the mountains for New Year's. And you've done it every year since. There's something so magical about watching the snowfall. You said that by the end of 2030, you wanted to have 10,000 people or 10,000 gratitude gangsters, and you've already achieved and surpassed that goal. You're bringing in over $70,000 in revenue a month just from memberships, and it's allowing you to do the things that you've always wanted to do. You got your mom a physical therapist, and now she's walking, and she has a massage therapist that's there 24 hours a day, or at least whenever she needs it. You found the right people to give her exactly what she needs. Feed 6 is an official 501c, and this year over 25,000 families receive Thanksgiving meals. And it's about to be introduced into every school in the nation. Kids are learning and experiencing that no contribution is too small. Families that received packages in the past are always the first to donate. It's unbelievable. The 4th edition of the Feed 6 thank you book is out. Unfriggin' believable. And with all of that revenue, you're turning around and you're able to put it back into the 501c. You've been able to do what you love the most, teach and make a difference. Franklin Covey heard about the curriculum you created when working in the school system and asked you to share it with them. Miami-Dade County Public School is implementing your curriculum for the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. And the Miami-Dade County Police Department, as well as 700 religious leaders, are enrolled in your adult classes. They realize that if they want their community to thrive, they need to be proactive and learn a new language. Remember, this is unedited. This is me now back in reality. This is unedited, and you're just flowing from brain to paper. When I started to write this letter, the Franklin Covey was not even a thought. yes, when I was teaching, I created a curriculum for the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, and I did a year-long class with my students. But as I was writing this letter, that was not, excuse me, that wasn't even a thought in my mind. And somehow or another, it just started to flow. It just started to flow. And when I was thinking of the number 10,000 members by the end of 2030, and I got it in 2025, I snapped into reality for a minute. I was like, what? That's a lot of people in the Living in Gratitude Today movement. But I'm so passionate about what this can do for people and for families and for communities. The simple act of practicing gratitude. And I'm not talking about the Pollyanna, but I'm sidetracking for a second. I'm not talking about the Pollyanna, like, oh my God, everything is beautiful. But like, really, what does it mean to be a gratitude gangster, and how you can apply that to your life, and the differences it can make? When I wrote that down, I snapped into reality. I was like, oh my God, that's a huge number. Yes, it is. And when I wrote down that my mom was able to walk again, she's in a wheelchair, bent over like this, because she had a stroke, and now she's able to walk, I had tears in my eyes because I could feel that. And that's the whole point of this exercise, is to really allow yourself to feel. What does it feel like when you're dreaming big? What does it feel like when you're creating these plans? What does it feel like when you're acknowledging yourself because you accomplished them? And I want you to get into the feeling part about it. Stay out of your head. Go right here and allow that pen to flow. And I promise you that it will jar something up. And really, that is your why. You know, my why is, yes, let's be real. If 10,000 people in the membership would bring in $70,000 a month, would I love the money? Absolutely, but that's not my why. My why is that I get to give back. My why is that I get to do these things for my family. My why is that, you know, I get to create, to take this Feed Six project that was started when I was teaching and make it so big that there's never a child that doesn't have a Thanksgiving meal, that doesn't get to sit with their family at a Thanksgiving table because it's too expensive to buy the food. They'll have it. Oof, I can feel that as I'm saying it. So dream on paper. And again, if in the comments below, share with us what's one thing you got out of this activity. What's one thing that you felt or that you saw for yourself. Share with us, because we would love to know, and we'd love to hold you accountable and support you and hold that vision for you. And again, I am Vismaya Rubin, your favorite gratitude gangster. If you haven't liked this channel, please click the subscribe button below, click the button, the bell, and stay in touch. Stay with us so that we can dream big into the next decade.